Hey everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and we're going to bring you one more for right now of my beautiful frames that my friend Kim sent me. And we're going to do something a little bit different today, and I think it's going to be really cool. So I wanted to do this for you guys. So I've got my frame. I have a little tassel. Whether or not I'll use it, I'm not sure. I don't know yet. I have a pair of round-nosed pliers, and we usually use these to make the eye pins, you know, to round the other end so we can hang beads. I can't even think of what they're called right now, so I'm not even going to try. And then I've got some pieces cut out here that we're going to be using. It just looks like a mess right now, but that mess is going to be gorgeous when it's done. I've got a couple of transfers that I'm going to be using. I have a little bit of lace here. I don't know that I'm going to use it or not. I haven't decided on that yet. And I will also be adding, you know, something spectacular around the edges. We're going to use some of our paper roses that I got from Debbie over at Bird's Place. I've got a bunch of those set aside to use. And I'm going to let you guys know when Debbie is going to do her next sale for the paper flowers. So she has told me that she thinks she will probably do another one. So I'm just going to wait on her with that. And as soon as she gives me the go-ahead, I'm going to let you guys know. But the best thing for y'all to do, and I'm going to put the link to her Facebook group page in my description menu. Go over there, join now, because it does sometimes take her a little bit of time to approve you and get you in the group. You can join and you can kind of see the posts that people make, and it's a great group of crafters that, you know, all just get along and have fun and give each other ideas and all that good stuff. It's just a great group of crafters, and everybody is just awesome. A lot of those women I have known for a very long time through Happy Bird's Glitter Nest. And so, yeah, so go on over there, get joined up, and get ready for her next sale, and just kind of keep checking to see if she's gearing up for a sale. So, and then when she does, she will announce, you know, the dates and all that kind of stuff. So, anyway, so here's the thing, you guys. This is, you know what, let me read my inspirational words for the day. And this is because I saw this and I thought of my mom, and I just love it, and so I wanted to read it all to all of you all, because I know a lot of us have lost our parents already, and we miss them, you know, just like anybody else misses their loved ones. We miss our mothers, even if they've been gone 20 years, you know, it doesn't matter. There's nothing like a mother to cleanse your soul and to be your rock, you know, in life. So I sure do miss mine. I will tell you that. And it's called Things I Wish I Could Tell You. I got the job. I'm struggling. I miss you so much it physically hurts. I finally understand what you meant. I'm sorry for things I never apologized for. Thank you for the things I never thanked you for. I'm trying to make you proud. I'm scared I'm forgetting your voice. Life kept going, and I hate that it did. I'm different now, and I don't know if you'd recognize me. I'm okay most days, but today isn't one of them. I just wish I could tell you one more thing, but since I can't, I'll live in a way that honors everything you were. And that's exactly what I try to do. I try to live in a way that my mother would be proud. So, I know that a lot of you are doing the same thing. And I know our mamas are proud of us, looking down at us from heaven and watching over us and everything we do. And just keep on making her proud. You know, that's the best thing you can do in life. If your mother was a good woman, one who took time out to make sure you knew you were loved and cared for and all that good stuff, then you had it made. And my mother was that sweet, kind, wonderful woman. She didn't have a lot. She didn't have a lot of money to give a lot, and that was okay with me. I didn't need a lot. Neither did my mother. And I grew up being really just like my mom. I really am in so many ways. There are ways that I am different, but I am so much like my mother. It's scary some days. Not scary in a bad way, scary in a good way. And I'm proud of that. So, yeah, I just thought that was beautiful, and I saved it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to read that to my group. So, now that I've cried a couple of little tears here, I'm going to take a deep breath, and I'm going to move on. Okay, so what we have here is we have this fairy butterfly, and I printed it on cardstock, and I cut her out, and I cut out, what I do is I cut out some parts of this dress here, down in here, so that I can have unevenness and pieces that I can curl and move around and make look different. And then what I did was I printed it a couple of times, and then I cut out just this darker section right in here, and I did the same thing. I cut into it, and I made it so that I could make it pop and come up off the page. So that's one of the things that I used. And then I had found these feathers on Pinterest a long time ago, and I had printed some, and I thought, oh my, wouldn't those be pretty with one of these fairy butterflies as like a second set of wings, her dress-up wings. So these are her dress-up wings. So I cut these out. These are a little bit bigger, and these I've kept flat. So these will stay just like this. They'll be flat and just perfect. These are going to go on the very back. And then what I did, and I'm not doing this on camera. I should be doing at least one on camera, but you guys I can tell you what I did. Was I cut in between each of these feathers here. And I took and I cut there, and I cut there, and I just cut into them all, not cutting them off. You have to be careful you don't cut into one and cut it off. And I just went into all of these feathers, you guys, and started making sections out of them so that I could manipulate the feathers. So that's what I did on these. And then that's where these come in. And I need to go back over some of these because I did this several days ago, and they have just gotten just a tad bit pushed down. So I just want to fluff them up a little bit. So I just take this and I just grab them and kind of roll the paper right around that circular piece, and you can see how that just kind of makes them all come up and kind of come alive. It looks very very fluffy, like a fluffy feather, you know. And so I want to get these and make them all so you guys can see just how I do this. It's very easy. This is the most time-consuming part of the project here. But you guys, you have to try this. Oh my word. You can do this part sitting in front of the TV at night and just, you know, watch TV and you know, make this feather come to life. Just put your own spin on it. You know, you can come up over this edge and curl it in like that. And then take maybe this end and curl it in and make it a little more wavy. And because I've already got this sort of done, you don't want to overplay with this though, because the paper does start to get soft. So you know how paper softens over time if you manipulate it too much. You don't want to overdo it. And then I try to take these tips and kind of curl them just a little bit. So you can see how fluffy that side is. See that? Isn't that gorgeous? And you guys, it gets even better. This just gets better as we go. We are going to be resining this. So this is where resin comes in really handy, and the resining part is fairly easy. You just have to be careful and just kind of brush the resin on there so that it doesn't just drip all over the place. So yeah, you want to just be careful. Try not to make too big of a mess. And do be careful doing this, because the paper, like I said, gets soft and it'll tear too. So that one's done. And then I just kind of take the midsection, and I want that to not be perfect either. So I just take the midsection and just kind of make it wavy like a flag. Just like that. Okay, and then here's the other big one. This one's not quite as flat. It just needs a little bit of help. Like that. And there's nothing about perfection in this process, you guys. Nothing at all. It just is a little process that you do to kind of bring these feathers to life. And that's really it in a nutshell. And I'm going to show you one that I've made. It's a small one. I'm going to put it on something else that I've made. And I'm going to show you too. Jeff made a new box. He's making a couple of bigger boxes, wooden boxes. Not a lot bigger, just a little bit. The ones that he's got made are made out of walnut. And I think he's going to make some out of maple as well. So I know that a lot of you tend to purchase the maple. And I told him, I said, you need to make more maple than walnut. The walnut ones, for me, I'm a walnut girl. I love walnut wood. It's my favorite wood. But not everyone's favorite, you know. So for me, I love the look of walnut. It just has that rich look once you put that shine on it. You know, when he puts the coating on the outside, he uses a very light coating spray to put the shine. I'll show it to you in just a minute, you guys. I've got it sitting here. But I just want to get these feathers. These are the smaller feathers here. And all I'm going to do is just fluff them up a little bit. They look pretty good. I'm just kind of mostly fluffing up closer to the inside here. Let's curl that around a little bit. So there we go on that one. There's that one. And then this one definitely needs some fluffing. And I use my nails a little bit to kind of help in the process here. Because they kind of help to hold everything down and in place. But gosh, these are so pretty. I love these feathers. Like I said, I got them on Pinterest a while back. But I still have the images in my computer, so I can still print more if I need to. So okay. So there we go. Two big and two little ones. And then we have also, this is the piece from the skirt. And really all I need to do is fluff those up just a tad too. Doesn't look like much, but I'll tell you, when you add this to the top of the skirt and add that 3D effect that it gives, makes all the difference in the world to the project. And I feel like this is a super custom kind of a piece, and it feels more artistic because of the work that goes into it and the final look of the piece. Oh my word, you guys. I've got a little tiny one. The little tiny one says nothing compared to what this one is going to look like. Because on the little one, I didn't add this piece. This was an afterthought when I started working on this one. And then I've also kind of folded the original wings on her butterfly wings. And the other wings are her add-on to her outfit because she's going out for the evening and wants to wear her special wings. So that's the way I see it. That's my story behind this piece. And I did the same thing, you guys, to her hair. I cut in between her pieces of hair, and I did the same thing there because I wanted her hair to fluff up and look like it's flying in the wind, and it sure does. Came out so pretty. I'll try and get her up closer to the camera so you can see this too. It's so pretty. Okay, so let me show you. There's her hair and her wings. Don't they look beautiful? And then I did her dress, the main part of her dress. These definitely need a little fluffing too. And that one kind of, I got it to curl nicely. I'd like to have some more of these to curl like that. I don't know if I can make it happen or not, because I keep letting go of my pliers as I try to do it. I remember I had a hard time with that one, just getting it to twist around there. Yeah, that didn't work out so well for that one. It's not easy. Some of these things that you think would be the easiest to do are the hardest to do. And let's get this one. And this one. And then we can just kind of fluff some of them sort of in an upward and then some of them in a backwards motion to kind of separate them a little bit more if we want to. Let's get this one. That's her hand right there, so we don't want to curl her hand. So let's pull this one up like that, and this one up like that, and then we'll do the same to a few of these. There. Okay. So that's all set. And ready to go. So, now that we've got all these pieces ready to go, the the really hard part begins. So, what we need to do now is we need to take this away, and you guys have seen this on my other video. This is such a beautiful, beautiful frame. I mean, it's gorgeous. Now, she could go on here this way. That might be, we could make it going in the other direction, and the wings would maybe look better this way. I don't know. I'm having a moment here. I had it all pictured to go in the other direction, but actually that could go down a little bit. But this way might be even better. So this would go here. And this would go here. I'm just going to show you guys kind of what it's gonna do so that you stick around and watch this whole thing. It could be a somewhat long video, but I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. You can watch part of it now and part of it later. You don't have to watch the whole video at the same time, guys. Just watch it in your time. But I think you're going to want to watch the whole thing just to see all the steps. Look at that. And then her skirt piece is going to go right there. And all of this is going to be put together. So that's kind of the look we're going to get. Now, we can go that way. I don't think I can turn this around gently enough to make it all stay together, but we're going to try. And turn her that way. Now, the pieces did get messed up a little bit, but maybe this way is better. I think this way is better. I do, yeah. And then I'm going to try and put some of these on like the bottom and the top behind her, just to add a little bit of floral on this. I don't know how that's going to work out, but I really would like to try and do that. It's not a necessary thing, but let me show you the box that Jeff did. So this is the newest. He's got another one in there that he's in his garage that he's working on now that is gorgeous too. So you can see this is walnut. It's completely done. He put this nice hinge on it. He bought some new hinges to do on these. And this is the inside. It's got a really great opening, you guys. I'm going to say this is about, let's see, a little more than 3/4 of an inch deep. And the box itself is 6 3/4. Let's see. Yeah, 6 3/4 by 5. And it's perfect and it's beautiful and the hinge works amazing. It goes right in. And it's gorgeous, you guys. I'm debating, do I put something on this or not? And right now I'm gonna show you. This is the little fairy that I've already done. She's completed. She's ready to rock and roll. I have a little box. This is just a little cardboard box that I've been playing around with. And I thought about putting her on here. I'm turning this box into a bunny box. I'm going to make a little bed in there, but I'm going to do a video on this. I know I've already put these on here, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. The video is going to be more about the inside. than the outside, but I'm considering putting her on the outside of the box because she's just so beautiful. She would also look very pretty on the top of this box. But I don't think that's what I want to do on here. I mean, I could kind of have her somewhere else and have some flowers coming off of there. That would be really pretty. So let me know, you guys. Make a comment for me, would you? And let me know if you think I should put something on here, or should I just put decals, or should I leave it alone? Should I leave it just the way it already is? Also, one of the things that I'm planning on doing, if I can find them, is putting some feet on the bottom of this box. So feet, I think, are a for sure thing. But the rest of it, I'm not sure, because the feet will match these beautiful, the hinges and the hinge on the front too. So the closure on the front. So, all right, you guys, let's get busy on this. Okay, so through this part, you guys, what I'm going to do is I am going to try and speed through some of it. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do on these. I'm going to resin them. And this part takes a long time. So what we're going to do is we're going to resin each piece. I'm going to show you how, I mean, the flat ones are easy enough. We're just going to drizzle some resin on here. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we're going to gently just kind of brush the resin around with this little paintbrush. Get it to the edges of the feathers. Just like that. And this way it's going to give the feathers some sheen and also protect them, you know, dust and all of that stuff. It's going to make them look good. And the other thing we're going to add to these, all of the wings, is some diamond dust or glass glitter, whatever you want to call it. It's called both things. So what I have here is I have some Twinklets diamond dust here. And I have a little spoon in here, so I'm just going to gently sort of drop some of that on the feathers because I want this piece to have some sparkle. And I haven't used any of my diamond dust in a while. So today we are using it. We're going to enjoy it. And I like to try and remember when I use this to take something. Usually it's a popsicle stick, but I don't see one sitting real close to me here. So I'm just going to grab one of my other little spoons here. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to tap down on that glass glitter to get most of the pieces to, you know, laying down. I don't want them sticking up and having a bunch of, you know, shards of glass sticking up on this. So I'm going to try and be careful and tap it down like that. Nothing crazy. And I'm going to put that one under my lamp just for a couple of minutes. And then I'm going to do that to all 4 of these. We're going to speed the camera up. Okay, so now we're going to move on to these. And these are a little bit harder to do with the resin, but not much. It's the same principle. I do tend to go more into the feathers when I'm putting the resin on, just to make sure I'm going to get into all those little creases that we made from curling the feathers. So we want to make sure that we get everything covered with the resin on these feathers. So I'm going to really, really pay attention here to where my brush is going on these, and to not put too much pressure on these feathers either, because you have to remember the resin is wet. And so you're going to soften up these feathers. As long as they're wet, they're softening up. And you have to be really careful not to put too much pressure on them so that you end up totally reshaping them and flattening them. We definitely don't want these to be flat. But we're going to put plenty of glass glitter on these guys for sure, because we really want these to sparkle and shine. Now getting up in this part up back here is not as important, because you're probably not going to see as much of that part of the feathers, because they're going to kind of overlap each other in some areas, just because they kind of have to overlap in order to get them together right on the butterfly princess here. So got it on there really well. Just tapping it out just a little bit on this one. I'm not doing as much tapping on these, just because I don't want to overdo it. Don't want to over pressurize them. Okay, so here's one that I already did, and this is one that I already did in these. And look at that sparkle, you guys. Holy moly, are they beautiful. This one I need to turn over and get the back side, because there was some resin on the back side of that one. So I just have one more to do, and I'm going to be done with these feathers, and then I've got to move on and do our skirt and our fairy. So these feathers are just so gorgeous. I couldn't believe it when I found them. And again, this was a long time ago. It was probably, it might have been a year or two ago. It's been a long time, because I've had them in my computer for a long time. And I've used them a couple of times, but never really found that perfect thing to use them on. So I didn't really, you know, go that far with them. But when I thought of this, I just knew this was going to be the perfect project to use these on. And it absolutely is going to be amazing. When I did the little one, I realized then that, okay, I had a good thing going here. So now I needed to take it to a larger scale. And I knew I had these frames, and I thought, okay, I'll just scale it to where the fairy fits perfectly on the frame, and then I'll work the feathers in around that. And I'll scale those down to size or up to size, whatever. And so that's what I did. I just played around with them. I did have to print them a couple of times, which is a waste of my ink, but that's okay. It was not a waste, because of the end piece. It's gonna just be amazing. And I've got this piece of paper towel here that I need to use to get any little bits off of here. So we are going to put a little bit of diamond dust on her as well, just in a couple of places. Let's get her skirt done real quick. This is a very flimsy piece right here. And I mean, you guys can find your own images to do something similar with. Maybe you just want to do a butterfly, you know, a pretty butterfly or something like that, and add feathers behind that, or add wings behind it, or, you know, I know you all have different things that are on your mind that you like to do, and like angel wings and all that kind of stuff. You know, just pull them out and come up with your own design. My brain never stops, you guys. My brain is going 24/7 with, okay, what could I do today that would be really fun? And I just love to craft. And so it keeps my mind constantly going and constantly thinking, what can I do next? And I love it. I just love it. It keeps me sane, you guys. It does. It really keeps me sane. Okay, so this one can come out. Look at that. Another beauty. This one, look at that. And I'm going to flip her over, and you know what? I should probably flip you over too, just a little bit. There's only a little bit on the back of that one. And then let's see what we can do to our princess here. And we are going to resin the whole thing. This one we're doing a little bit different, because when I resin the princess, or the fairy, I don't want her to have sparkles all over her, like her skin. That's not what I want to do. So I have to kind of resin it first and then go back over it and only put resin on the areas that I want to add sparkle to, and do that kind of separately. But those areas will have 2 layers of resin, because I'm going to resin the whole thing together because I want it to all kind of blend in with this first coat. Okay, so that should be plenty of resin. This one's going to be hard to hold on to, guys, so try and be... See, I knew it. Ah. So I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can, and also as neatly as I can, so that I don't make a big old mess. And these little strips on her dress are extremely flimsy. I mean, like, extremely flimsy. So they're hard to get a hold of. This side seems to have thicker strips, but it also had the dress was kind of thicker on this side than it was on the other side. Have to remember to turn my lamp back on when it goes off. Okay guys, this one, let's see, you are done, you are done, and you are done. And this, yikes, this is going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to let her go a couple of times, a couple of rounds in here. And I've got resin all over my hand, all over my nice new pretty nails. I found these nails at work and I spent a little bit more on them than I usually do. And I get my nails really cheap, you guys, so I don't buy anything expensive. I get them super cheap at work and I'm able to do my nails and feel like I'm a girl because my hands are so not pretty. But these nails, look at how pretty they are. I just love them, and so I bought them because I wanted to do some real pretty nails just once. Not to say my other ones aren't pretty, they are, but they're just not special. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to let her cook in here for several minutes. And I want to make sure that I'm checking on her, making her legs not curl up and her head not curl up and do weird things. And yeah, so we're gonna work on her as she's cooking. So I'll be right back. Okay, so the last thing I'm gonna do with her is I am going to, let's move this out of the way for just a minute. I am going to put some resin on her wings here. And on her dress, we're just gonna touch it in a few places like this. Just like that. And we'll put it right in here. And I think I'm going to leave her hair alone. I was going to put some, I don't know why I touched her wing. I was going to put some resin in her hair, but I think I'm not going to do that. Oh, shoot. Dropped my brush. I've got another right here. So I'm just going to kind of touch that on there real gently. Those are nice and stiff now though, so we're in pretty good shape. So that should be good enough. And we'll grab our diamond dust and sprinkle that on. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to put those decals on to add some of those pretty flowers in. trying to be a little bit careful here. But, I mean, if some sparkles get on her skin, it's no big deal. It's gonna be fine. Okay, so we're gonna pop her back in and let her do her thing. We can put this away now. These Twinklets Diamond Dust are so old. I've had it probably 4 years now. I'm gonna say it's lasted me a long, long, long time. That makes me happy. So, these decals, I'm not sure. I've used them, I think, once. And I seem to recall it not being super easy to work with them. Because right now the paper is wanting to peel off with the sticker. There we go. Yay. I got it. Okay, let me throw that piece away and let's see how we can get this to go on here. I think I'm going to have to cut, I hate to do it, but I think I'm going to have to cut this little piece off over here because it wants to go up over the edge. And this is a little bit too long over there. And this is kind of the only way you can figure this stuff out sometimes, you guys, is once you get it peeled off, it's just sticking to my scissors. That's okay. And this is just like a sticker, you guys. So I'm just going to put this down and leave it. And I'm going to have to cut off that little piece right there. A little bit of that leaf. That's okay. That's all right. And yeah, you can see the line right here. That's okay because she's going to be covering up that part. I've already kind of tested that whole theory there. So, I say that now. Later on I'll probably go, oh, what was I thinking? And I can tell this is going to be the same as the other side. And I probably need to take off this leaf here. And I think I'm going to do kind of like I did with the other one. And I'm going to cut a little section off here. And we may put those sections on kind of separately so that they kind of fit in and we can get more of those pretty flowers on there. And these, I feel I have to round them out a little bit because they're just not gonna sit in there right if I don't. So we're going right here with this one. Lay that down. And I'm going to see where I might be able to lay this one in there without pulling up the paper. I don't know why these want to bring the paper with them. It's not like they're super sticky. Okay, and then I think I just need to make this look more natural here. Maybe if I just cut this big section of leaves out and just use these pretty little flowers here. Because I just kind of want these to come out like this edge right there. And those just look like a jumbled up mess of leaves, so we're okay. We'll get rid of those. And then we've got these from the other side. Now, if I put, let's try this. Let's see what we've got going on here. This is going like this. And these are the bottom ones. But I want them to kind of come like that. No, I want these to come down a little more. And then these I want to come up a little more like that, so that we have all these layers really showing. They're showing up for the party here. And then these are going to go like that a little bit more. And our girl, here she is. She's ready for the party. See, she's going to go right here, but you can see that you can still see part of that. This, we don't want that. So we're going to fill that in, and that's also why I brought these as well, because they kind of go with these other flowers, and I can add them into a couple of spots as needed. And the paper's trying to come up with that one. Here we go. Here's an edge. Then I might be able to, yeah. Kind of got it. There we go. Okay, so we've got these lovely flowers. That you could kind of bring, whoopsies, I already stuck it down like that. And you go there. Okay, now let's see what she does here. That looks pretty good. What I want is a little bit more floral right over here. So we're going to take a little bit of these, and these seem like they're a little bit like those, I guess, a little bit. Oh, these are decals. So now we've got a little different situation here. So let's cut, let's try this one. At least I think they're decals. I don't know. Some of these I have a hard time being able to tell which way they are supposed to be, what they're supposed to be. This one can go right here. Definitely a decal. Okay, so that adds that flower. So now, if I pull that back down, it's not exactly where it's going to be, but I just want to make sure. Now I feel like I just need another little piece, and I like this to go right there. I always like these little pieces with the little balls on them. And that's going to come out right there. So let's move this, pull this off. What just happened? What just happened right there? Oh my gosh, it just like fell apart in my fingers. Wow, that was something else. That's okay, because we have another one. Honestly, I think I'm going to use the one that's over. I like this one. I like this one. Please, please, please don't do what the other one did. Carol, don't touch it with your finger. So this one is going to come out just like that. And boom. Okay, so now I feel like that's gonna be my finished bottom. That looks good. I do see one thing that's bothering me though, of course. There's always got to be something where I feel like I need just a flower to separate everything. Because I don't like when things jumble up together and don't look like they go. And this is going to go right there, sort of over those. There, that's better. Okay. Sorry, you guys. This is the part that takes so long to figure out and get just the way you want it. And this, honestly, I think I only need one more flower to go right in that little corner piece that's showing the corner right here, and it'll come right off that rose and look like it's supposed to be there. Just like that. There we go. Okay, so you all can see that kind of filled in that gap, and that's where we're at. So those we are good to go with. That, and I'm going to take all my little cutoffs here and put them in their package. And oh my goodness, I almost forgot to put her skirt on. I can't believe that. Okay. Oh, I guess that's part of the next step anyway. Never mind. Okay. You guys, I have to show you something really fast. I hope you're okay with this. I was looking for a beautiful card for my daughter for her birthday. She's not going to watch this because she never watches my videos. Yep. Nope, she does not. She's not into a lot of the things I do, and she doesn't have time. She's an RN, and she's busy, and has a baby, and a family, and a life. So, I bought her this card. This one is not for her. This is another one that I bought just because, and I thought I would save this one for my daughter-in-law, my son's wife, when her birthday comes around. But then, when I opened it, oh my word, you guys, look at this pop-up card. Holy moly. So, this one is being used in another project, and you guys are going to have to tune in for this one because I know you're going to want to. I'm going to be painting over these little balloons on this, but this has the easel and the canvas, and I'm going to paint it white. And that's going to go on there. And these look so beautiful on an easel. I will have to lean it back a little bit further. And oh my word, you guys, it is going to be so gorgeous. I've tested it. I'm going to use some resin and some glass glitter. And you are not going to believe it, but we are going to do a video using these items, resin and glass glitter, and a little bit of glue, and that is it, you guys. Paint. Of course, I have to paint everything. But how exciting is that, you guys? Woohoo! This is the one that I'm giving to my daughter, and I want to find some way of asking her, seeing really if she really loves it, because this is more my daughter's style, and this also has butterflies, but it's more her style because it's just got the monarch butterflies. But look at this. Look at that. Oh my gosh. And I'm going to buy a couple more of these cards, you guys, just because I love them so much. They're expensive for cards. I mean, this was, I want to say, $11 or $12 for the card. But, oh my gosh, I just loved them so much I couldn't say no. And I wanted to get my daughter a beautiful card to tell her how much I love her and how proud I am of her and all of that good stuff. And this is what I chose for my daughter. I've got to have another one of these, though, to do a project with. And then they come with a nice card that you write your message to your person. And it doesn't say happy birthday or anything like that in it. That's all for you to do yourself. So that's why I liked them. I like to write my own message. I don't need Hallmark to write the message for me. I will do that myself. So, are those not gorgeous, you guys? And I'm going to be doing that video real soon. I'm going to get out there actually today at some point and paint that canvas and the easel, and I'm going to get that one ready to rock and roll, and we are going to do a video, you guys. And I hope everyone tunes in for that one, and I hope you tell your friends and family and get them to watch. I really do. And this is her skirt. This is going to go right there. I need to just get that attached so that it's ready to go. So yeah, that's her skirt, and it fits in there nicely. So let me go ahead. I'm going to get my B7000 out. You know what, you guys? I bought some new B7000. This one's almost gone, and it's just a mess. So I'm going to pull out a new tube. And I'm sorry about the crackle. I can't find an end to this. There it is. Okay. Oh, of course it's got tape on it. Sorry. Okay, there we go. All done. Okay, so I'm going to take and add some of this. And look at how beautifully that's coming out of there because it's nice and new. I love that. Just where it's going to touch her. And we're going to set that in there, and that's got glass glitter on it already, so that's ready to go. And I need to go grab, where did I put them? I need to go grab the rhinestones and things that I want to use on this. I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to add some resin to this because I want to press this down on here. It's not laying real flat up at the top part of this, and I want it to really hold down so that the resin pieces will sit on there right. So I'm going to put that on there and I'll be right back, you guys. Okay, you guys, one other thing I need to do. I'm so sorry. I've got to resin this. So, and when I do that, I'm also going to put some diamond dust over some of the flowers a little bit. Just a nice little bit. And I'm going to grab a full bottle of resin so that this can go on quicker, because my other bottle is growing empty. So make sure I don't have any stuff stuck to this that we don't want there, like a hair or a fuzz from fabric or anything like that. I do see right here where a piece of this sticker didn't cut off. Okay. Okay, you guys, so let's go on this. Get this all done. And yes, we do need a lot of resin, and I hate using my UV resin like this. I really do on something so big. But it's the only way I can do this and do it quickly. And thankfully I don't have to worry about this oozing out anywhere. It's gonna sit in there just really nicely. So all I'm gonna do is take my brush, go all the way up to these edges here, and get that resin right up there so that it looks nice and finished and beautiful. Hopefully you guys can see this. I think you can. You guys need to let me know in the comments if I'm getting too far away or too close up to my projects for you. I know everybody's eyes are different, and for some people what might be too close might be too far for another person. So I'm not going to please everybody all the time, you guys. I know this, and I hope you know that as well. But I do want to get, you know, to where at least the majority of you are able to see what it is I'm doing and how I'm doing it and all that good stuff. This part's easy. Easy peasy. We want to try and keep as many bubbles out of it as we can, but we're going to use our little torch and go along the top here and try and get any bubbles out that we can, although most of this is going to be covered. The parts we're most worried about is like where the flowers are. And then any resin that is climbing up over this little ridge, please wipe that off. And again, these frames were purchased at Hobby Lobby. My friend Kim had them shipped to me. And the first shipment was, they didn't do such a great job of wrapping them. But the blessing in that is that Hobby Lobby, and they are very gracious, packed up 2 new ones, packed them very well the next time. No broken pieces, because what happens is these are delicate, you guys, and these pieces, like these tips and stuff, will break off if they're not secured and treated properly. And the first person who packaged them up did not package them properly, and so I ended up with damaged frames. And Kim, being the person that she is, my dear sweet Kim, she wasn't having any of that. She asked me, she said, please be honest with me, was anything broken? And because she said hers were broken as well, shipped at the same time, and she requested that they be replaced. And then she asked me, did that happen to yours? And I said, yes, it did. And I said I wasn't going to say anything because I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, and I'm not going to try and sound like a complainer, because that is one thing I am not. I do not complain about things that are, especially when someone is giving me a gift, I look at that gift and I say, thank you very much, and I appreciate it. I appreciate everything that is sent to me. So I'm not gonna complain. Okay, so that's all good. Now I'm gonna take my diamond dust and I'm gonna put it on now, because I've got a nice big space to work with here. I'm just gonna be careful. I'm only gonna put this on the flowers, and maybe all, like, kind of all around the edge of the frame, just because why not? It can go on the white part, but I definitely want it on the flowers. So I'll just take it and kind of go along the edges. We just don't need to go, you know, into the middle of this, because then we'd be really wasting it, because nobody's going to see it. I did take my diamond dust yesterday, and I took a little doohickey, and I sifted it and got out all of the chunks that, because over the years when I've put it on stuff and I've just done it over the jar, and resin has dripped in it, I wanted to get those chunks out of there. So I de-chunked it, got all those out. Oh, this looks lovely. Just lovely. Okay, that's good. And I did go a little further in than I needed to, but that's okay too. Sometimes I do that just because I'm not paying attention. Okay, so that's what the diamond dust looks like on there. Okay. And you're not going to see these straight lines right here, so everything's going to be a-okay. All right, so we're going to get all of this on here, and then from there we're going to add some, oh, what am I doing? Oh my goodness, you guys, you didn't yell at me. We're going to move this out of the way here, get these over, because we haven't We have not put our light on this yet, and I'm just going ahead and adding my other stuff to it. Right? Oh my word, Carol. Talk about getting ahead of myself. Okay, I'm going to do 10 minutes on this, so we'll go through this process twice, and then I will be right back. Okay, so now we've got that all done. You can see the sparkle in there. Look at that beautiful diamond dust. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, for real this time, we're kind of going to set this up and see exactly how we want it to look with all of the feathers. And this one that I got resin on the back of, that's okay. Okay, I'll put that one there. Get our two. Now these are bigger than these, because you can see this is the big one in the bent ones. So these are, we're gonna go right about there. No, Holly, out you go, baby. Out you go. Come on, out you go. You can't come in here. Go on, Mommy will be done in a minute. Okay, go on. Sorry about that, guys. I just have to get my dog out because she will start picking up all of my crafting supplies and taking them outside and chewing them up. Okay, and then this one we definitely want to go up a little bit more and up a little bit more, like that. Not too far. And these we want to go sort of out a little bit more, like that. Okay, so that's about where I think everything should go. And then she's gonna go right on top, like that. So that's kind of what we're gonna have in the middle of this. And you guys can already see how absolutely gorgeous this is gonna be. I thought about sticking, you know, a couple pieces of lace in here in a couple of spots, but then I thought, no, that just is making it too much. I may use a piece of lace up here when I add my flowers, but you guys, I am sorry. I know this is a long video. I knew it was going to be a very long video to begin with, but it's worth it. As far as I'm concerned, it's worth it. So I hope you guys think so too. I feel like I want this. I don't know. I've got to make sure that once I get this down, she's going to be positioned in a way that we're not going to see any straight lines there. And that's going to be fine. Those I feel need to go out a little bit. And that's still fine. About like that. Like that. Okay, I think that works. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to take this well, I think I'm going to glue it down. I'm going to use my B7000. So I'm going to glue this to this. right there. Those are going to go together like that. And then we're not going to need the B7000 to go out real far because it's not really going to touch everywhere. So we don't want to put too much on there because then we'll end up messing it up. Let's see, she's going right there, and that should be just about perfect. Okay, so that one's down. And then we're going to get these on there. We're just putting a good little dollop on there, and I think this can come out a little further on these, honestly. And they're going to touch together at some point, and then see, I can see that I've kind of got these off kilter a little bit. Is that right? Yep, I think that's good. Okay, now this is where it gets a little bit more dicey because we really got to get these on right. And I'm just going to put the glue on the parts that kind of I know are going to touch, or I think are going to touch, I should say. And that's going to go right about there. And I may have to move these around a little bit. That's okay. Okay. And then we'll pop that one. Right there. Okay. And then these are going to come out a little bit more outwards instead of downwards. These will go more like that. And hopefully I've got it all good. The thing is I may end up adding a little bit of resin at the bottom. Like on the edges of these a little bit here and there if I need to. You'll hear a little crackle. I'm not cracking them though. they're not breaking. Okay. All right. And then let's place her right here and see how she sits. We've got to get that pressed down a little bit so that she sits on there correctly. So there will be some crackling that happens. And these I want to come out a little bit. I think, yeah, I think resin is going to be my solution on these wavy ones to get them to sit the way I want them to sit. I think that's going to kind of be the situation there. This stuff is not always easy, guys. That's no kidding, no joke. I definitely want this to turn out as good as I can get it to turn out, because it's a lot of work. And if I'm going to sell this, it's not going to be one of my cheaper items in my shop, I will tell you that. But it will be worth it because it will be done right. Okay, so that's that. So we're going to put a very good amount of adhesive on her. All through her middle section here. And if I'm going to put it on her face right here, we're going to make sure it covers the entire face, because I don't want this to change color because it's wet in some places and not in others. On the hair, it's not going to make a difference, but in her face and her neck and her arms and chest, that will make a difference, and it will make it look bad. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to ruin all of this hard work because we forgot to make sure that we did this correctly. So yeah, we're doing a lot of B7000 on this side of our butterfly fairy. So that is where she's gonna go, just like that. And I wish I could hold her down. I'm gonna have to find something heavy to put in the middle here, you guys, so that I can make sure that she actually dries on here. I don't even know why I put any B7000 behind her face, because she didn't need it. She's not touching anything back there. Okay, that should be okay. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to work on this part of it too. I've got some rhinestones, some pretty little bits and pieces that I had planned on using on her in a couple of spaces. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of this and I'm going to go right here And I'm going to add some rhinestones. 1. That first one's a little bit bigger. 2. And these last 2 are smaller. I'm just laying it there and pushing it back up to where I want it. And that's going to go in her hair. Right there. And then we've got a necklace piece right there. And that's going to go just kind of across her collarbone. And I know this because I've been testing it over and over again. So I'm going to lay it right there. And get it in place. And now I'm kind of feeling like maybe this one would be better because it's shorter at the top. It's got less rhinestones at the top, and I think it might actually fit a little bit better on her neck. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this should go down here on her waist instead of the other one I picked. Hold on. I've got this. Oh, I think this was the one I had for her neck initially. It's got the smaller rhinestones on it. Okay. And then, which one was I gonna use? Was I gonna use this on her dress? I feel like that's too big. Yeah, I don't want that there. Okay, let's see. Maybe this is the one I was going to use on her dress. Yeah, I think that was going to go there. Okay. And then let's go for a try with this one, because it definitely has a little bit smaller rhinestones on it. And I feel like I need to cut one off of this side. There we go. Goodness gracious, you guys. This is a lot harder than it was when I was testing it. Goodness. I just can't seem to get it to settle into the right spot. It just feels too heavy. So here's what I think we might do, because this is real pretty too. This is some of my little chain, and I think I'm just gonna go with a little snip there and a little snip there, because it needs to be shorter on one side than the other. And maybe I went too short. I don't know. Probably did. It's okay, because I have some more pieces right here in front of me. Okay, let's try this again. I don't know what else I dropped because I can't see it. That. And that. Okay. Now let's try to do one more little snippet of that. And we'll just yeah, I used to be made for doing tiny little intricate projects. But I gotta tell you guys, it's not my... And these nails definitely do not help. They do not help when it comes to little stuff like this. It's not wise to try and do videos with these nails on. Oh, and I lost it. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? And of course I messed the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Let's see how easily we can get this one on. Now I'm scared. If I could just get these to bend up just a tad. Because that's where the problem is. They don't want to bend up. There we go. That one's good. And then this one, I could actually take, let's find a nice clean rhinestone here that hasn't been touched. Add a dot. Whoops, that's a little bit more than a dot, Carol. Add a dot. Of glue. And if we could only get it to release from the pliers, put that little rhinestone right in the middle of the chain. There, that's it. And then I also have these pretty little roses I would like to have used one or two on her dress, but they're so bright. I wish they wouldn't put such bright pink on these doggone flowers sometimes, because it's too bright. It's like way too bright. It's like hot pink. Why would you use hot pink? I don't get it. I don't like hot pink. I'm not a hot pink girl. Yeah, those are too bright. Can't do it. I just can't do it. So I always usually end up lightening them up with throw those in the trash. I usually end up lightening them up with I was going to put that on top of her head too. With a little bit of white paint to kind of tone it down a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to pop this right there on her head. And now we're going to make sure that our wings are not all off kilter like they are. It's okay, it's okay. We can fix you. You're still fixable. Okay, you guys. Whew! That was crazy. But I knew I was going to run into some rough spots with this one because it's different, and it's, I knew it wasn't going to be an easy one to accomplish. So, there's that. Now I'm going to take my resin, and I'm going to add it in a few spots here. Right inside where things are sort of touching. And I will get my my light, and I will get it to go into some of these areas. I'll just kind of set it up so that it's surrounding these areas inside, and connecting everything really well, making sure that all the pieces have some connection to the resin somewhere so that none of these pieces come apart. And we will be good to go. And that is sitting down pretty well. And so the way that I'm going to accomplish that is I'm going to set up my lights. Let me clean this off real well. And put the pin in. Okay. And we'll grab this lamp for the other side and put it over here. And those lights are kind of going in from all corners, going into the wings like that. So I'm going to let this happen for about a good 10 minutes of light going in, and then I'm going to run them across and give them another 10 minutes that way. So I will be back as soon as I get some of this, or all of that part of it, done, so that we're set and ready to do our flowers. But right now I'm trying to hold it down and see if it will stay down the way that I want it to stay. In fact, I think I can do this all with these over the top. Okay, you guys, I'll be back. Okay, so I made a little tiny mistake, you guys, and I apologize. I added this bow up here. I glued it on, and I had added some of this. I tied it on to the center with a little piece of lace right here. And I just took this and went kind of back and forth-ish. Made like a bow section in the middle, and then I made a couple of long strips that came out down here. But I glued the center on here, and I'm sorry, you guys. I didn't mean to do that, and I honestly thought, actually, that I was recording it, and I wasn't, so I apologize. But it wasn't that much. You guys could probably figure out how I did that. You know, it's just taking a bow like this, putting these in the center here, kind of draping both sides, and then I wrapped it with that piece of lace, tied a knot in it in the back, and glued it on. That's all I did. So again, my apologies, you guys, for not getting that on camera. But so now all we have to do really is get these flowers on here. Oh, I do want to glue a couple of these pearls down so that they're not just kind of hanging haphazardly all over the place. And let's see, I think I'm going to take this one under here, and I'm going to glue this pearl right there, just like that. And this one, I'm going to let that just kind of go right there. It's glued right here. I did glue that one down. And this one I'm just going to let sit like that. I glued one down on this side. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to glue it right here. Got a little string there. Got a little string right here. And then this one can just kind of hang down. It's a short one. Okay, and I decided instead of using the paper flowers, I think I'm going to use, this is a flower that I purchased some sets of these flowers on Temu. And you can see they've got little stamens in the middle of them. They come 3 to a set. And I only paid a few bucks for them. And they were totally worth it. Look at how beautiful these flowers are. They're very nicely made. They have a backing, a felt backing on them. But they are just, they're perfectly made. I mean, they really, really are. And so I'm going to put that. And this is a flower that I got from Debbie over at Bird's Place. She actually makes these flowers and she does the best job on them. It's a rose and it's an organza ribbon rose. But look at what a great job Debbie does on these. She makes them beautiful. Way prettier than I can make them. I just can't seem to get... once in a while, I will get an almost perfect rose when I make them. But most of the time, I really struggle with the small ones. I don't know why. I just do. So we're going to put that one there. And we're going to put this one next to it. Oops, and I just ran out of glue. Had to put my jacket on. It's actually nighttime now. I took a few hours off and I had to get this done because I've got to get it uploaded tonight and get it done for tomorrow's video posting on YouTube. So yikes, I'm a little behind the 8 ball on this one. So that is it. I'm going to take this off, you guys. One of my subscribers mentioned to me on the other one, and I agree with her, that I should probably take this off. And this can just be hung. I'm gonna, ouch. Ooh, that's painful. I'm gonna put this back there. That could have went right through my finger. There's a staple on the back of this. That was dangerous. Oh, ow. See that thing? That could have really gone through my finger. Yikes. So I'm taking that off. I am going to find something else to use as a hanger for this. What I may end up using is a piece of ball chain or a piece of lace that I will take from one side to another and put up here. But this is the main event. I'm not going to use the, I could use this at the bottom. This would be pretty down here. If I did this, because it kind of goes with the flowers and stuff. Not too crazy about the blue in there, so I think I'm going to pop that out of there. There's one around the back, but that's okay. So if I was to put that right here, that would actually look very, very pretty on the bottom of this. Or is it better without it? You know what? I'm going to leave it off. You know what? This is one of those cases where I think less is more. We've got a lot going on this one already, and I don't think we need to add another thing more. So, and you guys, I've told you about my torches before. I buy these in packs of, I think they come in a pack of 5. I've had these for a couple of years now. I think I bought them in 2024. And I'm just now getting to a point where I think I need to buy a new pack of them because I've lost 2 or 3 of them. I gave one to Jeff, and this is the last one that I have working, and it feels like the flint or whatever strikes it is starting to wear out. So I'm going to have to buy a new pack of these. But I will put a, because I use that to get the bubbles out of the resin. But I will take and put the link to those in my description menu as well. And I will get you the link to these flowers on Temu. I'll get you the link to this pearl, I guess you'd call it pearl chain, but it's on like fishing wire, fishing line. I love these pearls. They're great for a lot of different things. I'm also going to make sure that you have the links to these cards, you guys, just in case. I'm just saying, just in case you want to buy one. Doesn't have to be either one of these. They've got so many of them on Amazon. Just in case you want to follow along with me when I do my video and have one of these cards to do something similar. The great thing was when I got this, I got it at work actually, and I literally, this is huge, you guys. It's, let's see, where's my ruler? Oh, shoot. What did I do with it? I had it right here the other day. Oh, here it is. The canvas is 12 inches by 8 3/4, and the easel is, let's see, 12, it starts here, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches tall, and the widest point is 9 1/4. So yeah, this is big. $3.99 is what I got this for, and it's awesome. I'm going to be painting over this because we're going to use this canvas. So, and I'm okay with that. So anyways, you can find these easels, I know, at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby, sometimes at Dollar Tree, but you could, the thing is that Dollar Tree is going to have the little tiny ones. They're not going to have these big ones. And then you can get these canvases, I know, at Dollar Tree. So you could get all of the materials to make what I'm going to make and have some fun with me, you guys. This is going to be a fun one. So I'm hoping you guys will order yours, get them ready, and get yourself, if you're a resiner, get yourself some, make sure you have some UV resin and your lamp. If you don't use resin, it's okay. You don't have to. You guys, this is one that you can use the resin or you don't have to. So it's not going to be a big deal if you don't do resin work. So don't even worry about that part of it. You don't have to have it. And then, so I'm going to put the link to the cards up, and you'll have to find an easel and a canvas. Like I said, I know you can find the canvases. I'm looking to see if I want to put a couple of these little pearls in here. I think they might be pretty. Popped in a couple of spots here. I might do that. Put a couple of them in there. Or is that too much? You know what? No, we don't need those. So anyway, I will put all of those links up for you, and I hope you'll join me when I do this other video to learn how to make these easels and turn them into some beautiful, beautiful artwork. These would be great for your mantle or a side table, or like if you've got shelving in your living room that you can put it on. Just great. It's going to be beautiful. Trust me, you guys. So anyways, I will close this video and say thank you very much to everyone who watched. Sorry it's a little long. I knew it was going to be before I got started. And I hope you guys enjoyed it anyway. Look at that. Look at all the sparkle in this thing. It sparkles like crazy. And I will get another video with my my other camera to really, really show the shine and sparkle in it. You guys, thank you again for watching. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hit that hype button. Hit the like button and make a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the idea that I had to create this gorgeous piece of 3D art. And I love you all. God bless you, each and every one of you. Love your family. Stay safe, stay well, and stay tuned for pictures on the back end. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. God bless.